Hi there and welcome back to the channel. I'm Amber and I'm so glad you've joined me today for my weekly weight loss update. So I have been on this weight loss journey for almost 3 years, the end of December. And so far I have lost 60 plus pounds. So where am I today? So last week I said I was 188.4. And of course, like I mentioned, that is up about 2 to 3 pounds because of our, that allergic reaction I had and then vacation, etc. So trying to get back to that 185, 186 range and then go from there, of course. My main objective, my ultimate goal is to reach 145. My starting weight was 248 pounds. Actually, I did make it up to 249 before I joined Weight Watchers initially, but we'll say 248. So last week I was 188.4. Where am I today? Well, let me tell you how my week went, and then I'll tell you what the scale said this morning. Well, my focus this last week has been on, continuing with my physical activity. So right now my focus is on yard work. And hubby and I did go to the beach again over the weekend. So we took a nice long walk on the beach. I did not have that much energy and my back was hurting, but I still did it. And then we sat in our beach chairs and just enjoyed watching the waves roll in. It was actually getting chilly at the beach toward evening. So that was interesting because, we have been in the 90s for forever, but it's actually very nice out today. It is, I think it's going to be 84 today. It's in the 70s right now. But after tomorrow, I think we're only going to be in the 70s. So that is like, wow, that's amazing and wonderful. Certainly makes my yard work a lot easier. So I've been just transplanting plants and weeding and that sort of thing. So that gets me outside, gets me moving, because I do feel better. My joint pain and all of that, my achy breakiness feels better when I'm moving. So that is my goal, in moderation, of course, and sometimes periods of rest, but that's okay. So yes, I've been doing a lot of yard work and the walk on the beach. Did I make it on the Zaz or the rowing machine like I had said was my goal? No, I didn't, sadly. Yeah, I had some back pain, etc. You guys don't want to hear about all that. But, the menopausal body. But we plow through. We just keep going. So at least I did a bunch of yard work. I would say I probably did yard work almost every day last week. So I feel pretty good about that. Food-wise. Okay, it's confession time, you guys. Confession is good for the soul. Let me just start off by saying I switched from Weight Watchers in the spring, and I've been using the Lose It app and tracking on there. Well, you know what? The wheels kind of fell off in September when I had that allergic reaction, going to the hospital a couple times, etc. And I wasn't tracking. And then we went on vacation for 2 weeks and I wasn't tracking. And once we came back, I have not been tracking, you guys. So I'm gonna get back to that. Get back to tracking on my Lose It app. I will say, however, after almost 3 years of being on this weight loss journey, I know my parameters basically. So there is that. I do know what I need to eat. And I do know that I need to move more. Traditionally, if you only have say 20, 40 pounds to lose, whatever, not 103 pounds like me. If you only have a small amount of weight to lose, simply reducing your caloric intake should, yield the results that you want. However, I will say, being on a long-term weight loss journey, the rules are a little different, it seems. And I'm only just learning this by trial and error. I will say in the past, when I have just kept my calories to, let's just say 1,200 or 1,300 or so, or less, that does not always equal a weight loss for me. In fact, it hasn't for the last, say, year and a half. Even if I stay 1,300, 1,400 calories, that does not mean I'm going to lose, because my body has gotten quite comfortable with that reduced caloric intake. And then it says, you know what? We might not get any more, guys. Hunker down, hold on to that fat. And it does. So that's why I always say, for me, it's going to take moving more. So, you know, sometimes you might think, oh, just reduce your calories, it's easy, and you'll continue to lose. But, you know, it's that whole long-term thing. Our body just goes through all these changes, and then it says, no, we're done losing 60 plus pounds. We're just going to put it in park right here. And you're going to have to really work for the rest of it. So that's kind of where I am. I have, well, what did the scale say today? Let's get into that, and then I'll tell you how much more I need to lose. The scale said 188.2. So that is a loss of 2 ounces, and I will take it. I will take it. So yeah, and that's with kind of taking in a little more sodium than I usually do. So I feel like there's probably some sodium retention. My eyes are a little puffy, drinking lots of water though. It'll all wash out. But yeah, so how much more do I want to lose? Well, let's see, I need to get to 145. So that means I need to lose 43 more pounds. So onward and upward, we are marching on. So my continued goals for the coming week are to continue with the physical activity as much as I can. We will be celebrating my darling daughter's birthday this weekend. The kids are all coming, and it'll be a fun time. We are making tacos, and I have ordered her cake from Publix. They have this really good, I've talked about it before. This is terrible for me to be sharing, but on a weight loss, topic. But they have a very good raspberry elegance cake, and all of the family loves it. So that is what we will have. Yeah, she's turning 24, so she's doing great, wrapping up nursing school, and that is exciting. She already has a job lined up, so exciting times for our family. But I did want to mention to you, back to the weight loss topic, I shared some excerpts from this book, Let Food Be Your Medicine by Dr. Don Colbert, before, and then, everything with my health and everything kind of interrupted the series, but I plan to get back to it. So if you have purchased this book and you wanted to kind of follow along a little bit, I am going to be resuming this. I love all of the book. I have highlighted a lot of it. I loved it. But I really love this idea that he says, most chronic diseases are choice diseases. Did you guys hear that? Most chronic diseases are choice diseases. We don't catch them. We develop them by consistently choosing the wrong foods. Wow, ouch. If you can't say amen, say ouch, right? That is something, isn't it? Because that kind of goes against what we might have been taught over the years, or what we might have thought about disease. But he goes through and talks about combating like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and that sort of thing. So that's what I wanted to share with you, his thoughts on that. And the thing that I really appreciate the most about what he's saying is this idea and this fact that the power is in our hands. The power is in your hands. How our health will be down the road. If you want good health, there's something that we have to do. We have to take that personal responsibility. So yeah, so I will be sharing soon a couple of more chapters in the book that we haven't gone over yet. So yeah, I really got a lot out of that book. I really did. So, you know, I've been thinking, I'm always thinking about weight loss. You know, lately I've kind of been in a grace mode, but that doesn't mean I'm backing off of my goals. It just means that I am trying to create more balance. Enjoy some things, but create more balance in my approach. And I think that that is working. And sometimes, you know, when you have a lengthy weight loss goal and things aren't going as you had hoped or planned, sometimes you just have to reassess, readjust, and, you know, readjust the sails. And just remember, you know, that it is all about your focus, obviously. You have to keep your eye on the goal and eye on the prize. But we do have other aspects of our lives. I am a busy wife and mother and caregiver to my dad. And, you know, so it's not all about focusing on myself all the time. So we have to balance everything, right? All of our responsibilities. And, you know, sometimes the results are not following as we, like I said, had hoped. But, you know, I would encourage you, do not give up. Do not give up. You know, if hands to the plow, if we just keep going, the results will eventually follow. So I'm no longer thinking of weight loss in terms of, oh, I need to lose the X amount of weight by this date. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be so depressed and so down. No, I'm really not. You know, progress is progress. And sometimes that is not necessarily measured by the number on the scale. Sometimes it's measured by the grace that we give ourselves. Sometimes it's measured by how we're balancing and adjusting to our peripheral circumstances and our family and things that may be happening. So yeah, give ourselves some grace, but, you know, maintain our focus and balance. So that is my message to you guys today. So comment below. I always love to hear from you guys. How are you doing? How are you doing on your weight loss journey? Are you getting some activity in this week? So I definitely plan to do more gardening and, you know, maybe the Zaz machine. So we'll see. But I definitely am, you know, trying to do more meal planning as well. Last week, not so much, but, but we still, you know, we kind of eat a lot of the same foods, honestly. Chicken, salad, sweet potatoes. I did buy some collard greens this week, so I probably will put those in the Instant Pot tonight. That sounds good. And I do have some chicken thawing, so just need to look up a good recipe for that. So many blessings. I hope you guys are, you know, sticking to your goals and investing in your health. That is a great investment that will yield tremendous results. So remember, the power is in your hands to do something about your health. And those small, tiny changes, those little habits, they do add up over time. So God bless, and I will see you soon.